Aging bomb. Sugar toxin. Knowing wrongly is worse than not knowing. Sugar toxin is the beginning and root of all diseases that threaten our health. We need to know it properly and deal with it properly. I hope this column will become a new standard for health management. Hello, this is the Health Digest channel. We always produce videos for your health management with information from Korean health management specialists and researchers in related fields. Are there any people who haven't subscribed yet? Please subscribe and like right now. And please share it with your loved ones so that we can all live healthy lives. The ancient Roman poet's adage, "A healthy mind resides in a healthy body," seems to be an eternal truth. The values we pursue in life may be different for each person, but I think the health of our body is the most important value. If we lose our health, we lose everything. Since the Industrial Revolution in the 18th century, mankind has made remarkable progress. Thanks to the advancement of science and technology, our lives have also changed dramatically. The most important characteristic is that we have become more convenient and more affluent. However, we could not have predicted that this would actually be a cause for trouble. This is because a more convenient and more affluent life has actually become a negative factor for our health. The invention of the automobile has caused illnesses due to inactivity, and with the abundance of food, we have become overeating and have become sick from eating too much. The dazzlingly developed civilization of mankind is becoming a factor that threatens our health. Among these, the one that is particularly problematic today is excessive carbohydrate intake. Recently, many experts in the academic and medical fields have reported that excessive carbohydrate intake is the biggest enemy threatening the health of modern people. Why is that? Why is excessive carbohydrate intake a problem? Excessive carbohydrate intake is the enemy of health. Why? Rice, bread, rice cakes, cola, juice. These are the things we enjoy eating and like. They dazzle us with their sweet taste. What is the source of that sweetness? It is carbohydrate. These foods are sweet and delicious because they contain a lot of carbohydrates. These carbohydrates can be consumed through various carbohydrates, fructose, sugar, etc., and are considered one of the 3 essential nutrients along with proteins and lipids, fat. They are also a source of energy for our bodies to function vigorously. However, the problem is that we consume too much as we become addicted to sweet tastes. Excessive carbohydrate consumption can accelerate aging, cause diabetes, obesity, and become a major cause of vascular disease, chronic disease, and chronic inflammation. In particular, carbohydrates can become the main culprit that eats away at life when they turn into glycotoxins in our bodies. What is glycotoxin? Glycotoxin is literally a toxin caused by sugar. The scientific name is advanced glycation end products, AG, and it refers to the final reaction product that occurs when excess sugar in the blood combines with proteins or lipids, fat. In order to understand glycation, you must first understand glycation. Among the phenomena that occur in our bodies and threaten our health, the most representative phenomenon is oxidation, in which the body rusts due to active oxygen. However, glycation also occurs in our bodies, which burns the body just as much as oxidation. Glycation refers to the phenomenon in which sugar that is consumed in excess and cannot be used sticks to proteins and lipids, fat, in the body, reducing their function. Through glycation, a substance called glycation toxin is created. The problem is that glycation toxin can be the main culprit that destroys our bodies. This is because it is the main culprit that promotes aging, diabetes, obesity, and vascular disease. For example, if glycation occurs in blood vessels, it can lead to arteriosclerosis or serious vascular diseases such as myocardial infarction or cerebral infarction. Also, when the skin becomes glycated, freckles, wrinkles, and dullness appear, and hair loses its luster and elasticity. When glycation progresses, it also promotes oxidation in our body. This is because the function of antioxidant enzymes responsible for our body's defense system is weakened due to glycation. In this way, glycation toxins that damage our body are created in our body due to excessive sugar intake, but they can also accumulate in the body through the food we eat on a regular basis and cause various diseases. It is important to remember that the glycation toxins accumulated through food vary greatly in content depending on the cooking method of the food. In particular, glycation toxins are generated in large quantities in foods fried in oil or baked at high temperatures. For reference, representative foods that contain a lot of glycation toxins include French fries, 1,522 Ku/100 G, hamburgers, 4,876 Ku/90 G, chicken cutlets, 8,965 Ku/90 G, grilled beef, 10,058 Ku/100 G, and pizza, 6,825 Ku/100 G. Once created in the body, glycated toxins are difficult to remove, and the more we have high blood sugar or age, the more they accumulate in our bodies. Blood tests can predict the amount of glycated toxins. Among the blood test items, glycated hemoglobin, HbA1c, is included. Glycated hemoglobin refers to sugar combined with hemoglobin, a protein in red blood cells that carries oxygen. Glycated hemoglobin is one of the important indicators for diagnosing diabetes. A high level of this number means that there is a lot of sugar in the body, that is, glycation is severe, and glycated toxins can increase significantly. Therefore, in order to prevent glycation, you must remember 3 things. First, you must reduce excessive sugar intake. You must drastically reduce your intake of bread, rice, and sweet drinks. Second, you must reduce your intake of foods that contain a lot of glycated toxins. You should avoid eating fried foods and foods baked at high temperatures as much as possible. Third, we must thoroughly manage our glycated hemoglobin levels to keep them below 5.6%. For reference, the average life expectancy of Koreans is currently 90 years old for women and 86 years old for men as of 2024, which is one of the longest life expectancies in the world. It has increased by a whopping 5 years compared to 10 years ago, and the average life expectancy of Koreans is increasing every year. I hope you all always watch our Health Digest videos to maintain a healthy life. 30,000. This is the number of diseases known to date. There are countless diseases in modern society. Among them, the top 10 adult diseases announced by the National Statistical Office are cancer, heart disease, cerebrovascular disease, liver disease, diabetes, gastric ulcer and duodenal ulcer, thyroid disorders, tuberculosis, loss of kidney function, and cholecystitis. Modern people suffer from many chronic diseases, including obesity, dementia, atopy, rhinitis, and asthma, as well as these diseases. In the past, it was thought that these various diseases were caused by simple factors such as lack of exercise, eating habits, and high blood pressure. However, many recent academic and medical papers and research results have revealed that the core cause of all diseases is sugar toxins. Although sugar toxins are not direct diseases such as cancer, diabetes, liver disease, Alzheimer's disease, myocardial infarction, and cataracts, they can be said to be the root and beginning of all diseases, as they are the root of various adult diseases and chronic diseases. Why sugar toxins are dangerous? Sugar toxins are, in a word, toxins caused by sugar. Excess sugar in the blood that is consumed excessively and cannot be used remains, and it is a toxic substance that acts as the main culprit in destroying our bodies by attaching to proteins and fats in the body. The impact of these sugar toxins, ages, advanced glycation, and products on our bodies is truly significant. It can be said that it has an all-round effect on every corner of the body. The various tissues and organs of our body operate with very precise organic mechanisms to maintain normal function. However, sugar toxins can be the main culprit that destroys the normal function of our body. There are 2 main reasons why sugar toxins are dangerous. One is that sugar toxins themselves can have a direct effect. In other words, sugar toxins lower the function of proteins, causing direct damage. The other is that sugar toxins penetrate and bind to various cells, changing the structure and function of each cell and triggering inflammatory responses in the cells. If we compare it to a watch, sugar toxins can get stuck between the watch parts as residue and interfere with normal operation, or they can penetrate various parts and change their shape or cause malfunctions. A watch has more than 200 parts that work organically with each other, and if there's a problem with even one very small part, it will cause problems with normal operation. So, what should we do? We should thoroughly clean the inside of the watch, or in severe cases, completely disassemble it and replace the problematic parts. Two negative effects of sugar toxins. Sugar toxins have a negative effect on the entire human body, but there are two major negative effects that slowly erode our lives. First, it can cause aging and dementia. Until now, we have focused only on oxidation by active oxygen as the cause of cell damage and aging. However, various research results have revealed that sugar toxins are a more powerful cause of aging than active oxygen. Sugar toxins change the structure of important proteins in cells and weaken the body's antioxidant function that defends against active oxygen. In addition, they interfere with the activity of enzymes in cells, which reduces cell resilience and accelerates aging. This is why when sugar toxins accumulate in brain cells, the function of brain nerve cells declines, causing dementia symptoms that weaken cognitive functions, memory, judgment, language skills, etc. Second, it can cause diabetes and diabetic complications. Diabetes is simply a disease in which blood sugar levels continue to rise due to a lack of insulin or its improper functioning, and it can be said to be a fight against diabetic complications. Diabetic patients have chronically higher blood sugar levels than normal people, so sugar toxins cannot help but accumulate, and the accumulated sugar toxins act as the cause of various diabetic complications. Diabetic complications can be largely divided into two types. One is complications related to blood vessels, such as angina, myocardial infarction, cerebral infarction, diabetic retinopathy, and diabetic nephropathy, kidney. The other is complications related to nerves, such as damage to peripheral nerves such as the hands and feet, causing sensory abnormalities such as numbness and tingling, or complications in the autonomic nervous system can cause dizziness, sweating disorders, digestive disorders, urination disorders, and sexual dysfunction. In addition, there are countless diseases caused by sugar toxins, and it is scary to know how sugar toxins affect various diseases. If you want a healthy and happy life, changing your awareness of sugar toxins is most important. Everyone knows that cancer is dangerous, and everyone knows that you should be careful about traffic accidents. Likewise, it is very important to recognize the negative effects of sugar toxins on our bodies and to minimize the production and accumulation of sugar toxins through healthy eating and lifestyle habits. The one meal I eat today and the simple walk after the meal are the alpha, A, and omega of health management. Was today's content helpful? Don't forget to subscribe and like and set notifications, and be sure to click all of them right now. I will come back next time with more useful content with substantial information from Korean health management experts. Thank you for watching.